Well. Big up, big up, big up. Not in the best of moods because I never like seeing our team lose, but all the same, we still are atop the league at 21 points. Barcelona got a 2-2 draw with Atalanta. So that brings them to be tied on 19 points, but second on goal differential to stay in second spot over Arsenal, despite the fact that Arsenal won today, along with Inter winning as well. But they are far behind in the goal differential in that one, too. And then everyone else just kind of moved out and moved into different spots and places on the table. We're going to talk about this game. We're also going to see about our potential opponents. And also, we're going to basically see how you felt about what we saw today. How you feel about our team giving their effort, giving the fight. Got some debuts from certain players. Got some long-awaited minutes for others, and again, unfortunately, a 3-2 defeat for us today. But we have Lee, KJ, and Nalante, and also Brian in the house today for this. So we're going to allow for them to kind of say hello and also maybe even give a little bit of insight of what they saw today. We'll start with KJ, actually. How are you doing? How you feeling?
Um, I wouldn't say I'm downbeat or nothing like that. For me, it was still quite an enjoyable game to watch, considering the circumstances. We could afford to rest the main 11. We gave a handful of debuts to a few youth players, and like I says, I don't think it was a bad game to watch.
Hmm. Okay. And Nalante, how are you feeling today?
The game was where it was. Like Slot said, the players had to be rested, and we gave a good count on ourselves. I mean, PSV, apart from the goals and their little tacklements, didn't really do much. Yes, we could have defended better on the three goals. I think for the first half attacking performance was good. Threatening second half, not so, but some good performance from certain players like Chiesa. I thought he was really good today. Um, Cornell down the right a bit. So yeah, I mean, we move, regardless of the outcome. We move, so no problem.
Okay. How about for you, Lee? How you feeling?
No, I thought it was a decent game. I had a feeling that we'd draw and that Barcelona would win and that we'd top the group that way. But it turns out we lost and they drew. So I'm happy either way. I'm just happy that we were able to take Gakpo and Robbo off fairly early in the second half. And it was it was okay. It was what we expected, really. I think that's what we expected. It was going to be a tough game because it was a young side and an experienced side in some positions. And it was okay. It was useful. It was useful to get the minutes for Chiesa, as we were saying as we were watching it, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Very useful, invaluable, I would imagine, for Chiesa to get a full performance under his belt. To sharpen him up. Other players got minutes, didn't he? Elliott got a full game. Kwanzaa got a full game. Bradley got a full game. Simicast got a full game. It's all good, isn't it? It's all good news.
Yeah, for sure. Also, Brian, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling after that?
Called it. I said we'd lose in my predictions, but I called a loss.
Okay.
So I'm not like shocked and surprised because not because we're a terrible team and we're going to lose this game. I just thought rotation there, yada yada. I just there at home. I just if I was a gambler, I would have backed them to win, not because we're shit or anything like that. But
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not like blown away by the fact or amazed by the fact, and especially when we saw the Nickelodeon version of Liverpool out there on the bench tonight. The kind of the Disney kids version. Uh, it was not a strong outfit. It was thrown together up against a team that was motivated. So uh, it's not going to stick in my craw. It's not going to make me feel like we've lost some momentum. I just think it's all completely understandable, if you know what I mean. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
just trying to say, oh, look at me, I got the result right. I could see it happening, but for reasons that are completely understandable. and won't affect us going forward. I just think the way that they needed it and the way we didn't need it, or the way they wanted to make sure of it, and especially with all the changes and all the kids then, and they played some great football in the goals that they scored. So yeah, not nice to lose, but that's one that I can very, very easily just put in the back pocket and say we move. Other games you'd be there stewing on them all week. We should have done this, we could have done that. That one, boom, top of the league, Barca went and did us a favor like they usually do by throwing away leads or whatever. We're cool. We're where we need to be. We're where we wanted to be, top of everything. I can easily put this one in the back pocket and file it as done. Don't care.
Cool. Enough said. Lee, how you feeling again? Do you have a say?
Sorry, what was it you're asking us? Sorry, then.
Just like what were you like? How are you doing? And or what were your
Just a
thoughts on general?
mood.
General
thoughts.
mood.
Yeah, I'm pleased to top the group. Pleased we didn't seem to get any injuries out. Dan's is okay, and that wasn't a serious knock for him. Good for him to get the full game as well, to be able to oh no, he went off, didn't he? He had to go off for Nallo, didn't he? Oh, Jesus, I forgot about that. Anything else?
Don't talk about it.
It wasn't a bad performance from McConnell, was it? It wasn't a bad performance from McConnell. Thought he was quite good in parts. When we started the game, like when we were ahead and that, he looked quite good, didn't he, in parts, McConnell?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, played well, though. Definitely.
What did you make of Simicast's night? I thought he done well on the left when Chiesa got away and had that shot. Yeah, there's a little bit of dribbling, but close into the line, work to get away and get Chiesa away. It was quite nice and memorable. He did okay tonight, Simicast. Good to see him anyway. Good to see everyone who played.
Barnes is coming out with fire.
There we go. Exactly. Take cover, folks. Take cover.
Okay. All right.
Is
this Bajan Barnes's account, or is this, or maybe the streets are the streets at the helm?
Yeah. Oh no, he didn't have the best of games today, but damn.
Yeah, they don't rate Elliot Crab.
No, I'm just wondering, because I know they have some very creative tier lists and way of ranking. Is rubbish better or worse than hot dog water? I mean, because I know there's hot dog water, there's poopy. I know there's poopy. There's hot dog water. Okay. There's rubbish. Where is rubbish on the Bayesian scale?
I do not know.
Yeah, I don't think it was I don't think Elliot stood out as same as hot dog water. Okay.
He was alive for his goal, wasn't he? Managed to finish his goal okay. He didn't create an awful lot, did he, Harvey, in the 10 tonight?
He didn't. Again, KJ and I were speaking on it about the fact that it's not an easy role to play, considering that, what you're asked to do. As in, we now, I think it's if anything, it's an underlining of what you get when Dom Szoboszlai obviously plays in that 10 role. You do get certainly a player that is going to be able to not only have the same motor, as in he has the same gas tank as Dom, as in he's always working, he's always moving, and always putting in the effort. But
don't mention Dom on Bayesian Reds. We know how Dakota and David. He's not that welcome over there either. You know how the boys feel about Dom.
That's very true. But what I was just getting at, is that I think that he does. It's not easy as to what our number 10 and what our number 9 are asked to do. are unique in for our team, I think, in that it's not necessarily what most people ideally think a number 10 and ideally what you would expect to get out of a number 9 when it comes to the likes. But oh man, there's very few feel-good moments I would assume people would say for this match, considering we lost. But there are some. I mean, if you had to, I guess, pull out what's a silver lining from today's matchup? What would be your silver lining for today? You want to go? You want to try that one out, Lee? What's your silver lining for today?
Champions League debuts for a few players and 90+ minutes for Chiesa.
Okay.
It's always good for players to get the Champions League debuts, and we had several today, didn't we? We had Dan's made his first start. Endo made his first Champions League start, didn't he? McConnell made his first Champions League start. Nallo made an appearance. Wasn't a start, but he made an appearance. And we topped the group. They're all the best things, aren't they, I suppose? Goal for Cozy. Keep Cozy's run of goal scoring going. I haven't even seen it yet. I didn't see it. I had to go and do something like when we scored and missed it. I haven't seen the incident that led to the pen or the pen being taken yet. It's good for him to keep his run going, and good for him to keep his goal scoring run going. Good for Robbo to play to captain the side and do well in a different position. That'll boost him for the Bournemouth game, which I'm sure he'll start.
Right.
I'm sure that'll be a boost for Robbo captain on the side tonight and playing at centre back.
You called it, Lee. Lee, you called it. You said it last night. Could we possibly see Robbo?
Yeah, I did have a sneaking suspicion last night. Yeah, that might be the outcome with us playing the inverted last season and him playing as a centre back almost for most of the season. I thought it might happen. And it'll be good for the lad. Yeah, it'll give him a boost. Hopefully, because he's been down in the dumps with his form being on and off and being in and out of the side. Hopefully this will boost him tonight, captain in the side, and being like the senior head and all that shit, like as he was tonight, because he wasn't just the captain, he was the old man of the team, wasn't he? You know what I mean? He was the experience in the team.
Okay. Silver lining for you, Nolante? Do you have a silver lining for today?
There's beige and red silver lining. Our defense was shambolic.
There you go.
Is that a silver lining?
Is
it?
Bartis, boy, I tell you
Well,
what.
we only lost by 1 goal as well away from home. It's the thing. I mean, we didn't concede in the entirety of that second half. All the goals were conceded in the first half. Mate, to manage to keep a clean sheet in that second half was no mean feat. And I salute the lads for their effort.
Yeah.
I salute Nallo as well for kicking that guy, because they probably would have scored if he didn't.
What was it, Trudon, that Kwanzaa did that was so poor today? I didn't really. I mean, it's not like I looked at the game.
Kwanzaa was a fair game. Yeah, I thought he was quite commanding.
I'm just asking. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just asking.
I think he
what was
quite
it
living around his business, like he did the last game he played.
Yeah.
No, I thought Gerald did quite well tonight. I was pleased with him. I thought it was a good game for him tonight. We were always going to concede goals given the side we put out, but I thought Gerald was quite good.
Yeah. Waiting to see what he has to say. His positioning was dreadful.
Yeah, it seems position dreadful.
Okay. I'll have to. And Bradley,
he's not finished yet. Oh,
wow. Trudon is going
He ain't finished yet. Okay.
Bradley had one of his worst games in a while. Bradley wasn't very good going forward. He was quite unproductive going forward tonight, Bradley. But he's only just come back in the side. The guy's been out for like 2 months or something, hasn't he? It's his first start in ages.
But he wasn't really going forward because his man was dragging him the other way, really. That's why. I mean, he did have a poor performance today. I do agree with that.
Hard for the defence tonight. They were always going to have plenty of work to do, given the midfield that we played. You know what I mean? And the strikers we played as well. Like, really, when you look at it, we were always going to come under the kosher periods in the game. And it's no surprise that we conceded goals, given the side that we started with. It's nothing to get upset about. I wouldn't put anything on the defenders on this, like saying any of them were abysmal or that, like Jarrell was bad or anything. I thought they all did okay. You know what I mean? They all did okay. Nobody had like a terrible game or anything. There were moments in the match where we looked all over the place, but then that's to be expected.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well
I'd
said,
agree
Lee.
with that. I'd agree with that.
Moments.
But
Wasn't
this
like
is
a
why, like,
horrible game. Sorry, KJ,
I agree.
you go on. Sorry.
No, sorry. I actually agree. I was kind of delving in, making the same point you were literally just speaking about, because no one was shockingly poor as much as no one was shockingly good. Like, it was for the team that was put out, it was quite a balanced performance, in my opinion. Though these errors and whatnot was kind of expected, and it was only in few and far moments in between.
It was quite funny when Callagher went up for that for that free kick later
There's
on,
a shout
had
for
to
you.
leg it back.
Yeah, when he went, I was
Trudon isn't
thinking,
finished.
what's he
Trudon
doing
isn't
there?
finished with the hot takes. There's a shout for you. Chiesa eye test is clear of Salah. Trudon is saying.
What does that mean?
Clear.
It's that good old Hazard Salah debate, basically.
Oh, I love the avatar with Fowler.
Trudon is saying basically on the evidence watching, he's saying that Chiesa is clear of Salah as in basically better player. Just as you know. That's what
Chiesa's
he's
hungry,
saying.
he's new, and he's got something
A
to
slightly
prove.
different player.
Yeah,
Mo's
one
been
of them
here and
slightly
done
different
that.
in the way that one of them doesn't have 120 million goals for Liverpool and 7 million appearances and 20 trophies, you know, and the other guy has just come in for 5 minutes. So yeah, let's just chill on the Chiesa is clear of Salah stuff. Much as I love Chiesa as a player, 12 man will back me up on this. I've been saying this kid, when he gets on the pitch, boom, 5 seconds and he's had a shot. 2 minutes and he's had a fucking goal or an assist. Like today, how many times this season has Chiesa come on? And I guarantee you, 3 times this season, we've scored goals because Chiesa took a shot, the keeper saved it, and someone gobbled it up. They're not even assists, as it were, but we've scored goals. But this guy takes about a half a second to get up to speed on a pitch. I love him. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But to say he's clear of Salah, that's a hot one. That is a re-entry level.
Oh, he's backtracking now, bro. Trudon's backtracking now.
Okay, if you're just saying who's a more enjoyable watch, hey, geez, yeah, I'd watch Chiesa all day. I mean, yeah, great, absolutely, yeah, he's hugely enjoyable to watch. Chiesa, absolutely. Do you remember that shot he tried from outside the box and he tried to bend it in top corner? You know, this guy tries stuff.
That was
He
nice.
just tries
That
stuff.
moment.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
when
he tries.
Simicast got away on the left and sent him away. Yeah, when he tried that shot, I think it was good. That bit, enjoyed that bit. I was a big
Trudon,
fan
we
of
all heard what you
his
said,
dad
buddy.
and
You said
Rico
eye
Chiesa
test
years
clear
ago.
Salah. Chiesa
Says he's
clear
not
Salah.
backtracking, by the way. He's saying he believes he stands by what he
Yeah,
says.
he's just saying like in terms of someone he enjoys watching as opposed to
Yeah,
who's
I
a better
know, but
player.
I get that, but he didn't say that. He said eye test. He's only now he's just mentioned in the chat, so that's what I'm just trying to pointing it out to him.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I just love watching Chiesa play. I mean, and I've always been like I'm the guy that's saying I'd rate him, but I'm always the guy that says don't buy Italian. They don't settle in England. This guy's proved me wrong in spades, you know?
Yeah. Let's see what else.
So how do we think Chiesa's performance was then?
Yeah. How do I think his performance was? I thought he was
Brian,
engaged.
obviously,
I thought he was like
7.
basically said his
was
views on
trying
it.
to make him. He was trying to
What
make.
about you then, Alante? Because me personally, I'm over the moon that he got 90 minutes. In all fairness, that's the first thing. I'm just glad he got a good amount of minutes in his legs. Like you can tell every time he has played for us, he's so hungry. Like he's willing to make an impact. You can tell he wants to make an impact. How he's got involved in the celebrations is just he was waiting for his moment basically. And from that half volley today, oh, I wish that went in. I mean, I'm glad we scored off it anyway, but Wow. Yeah, man, I agree with you, Brian. We got a player on our hands, I've always said, like, I feel like Chiesa, I said from when we signed him, I feel like he's gonna have a season similar to Grab's first season, but he's made more of an impact up until this point than Grab did last season, even though he's played less minutes, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Only bodes well for the future, especially
Yeah,
with this
Harvey
night
didn't
against
create a lot. Just going by that one you flashed up about his pass. I wouldn't say his passing was dismal. He just didn't create a lot, like as the 10 did he tonight. But he got his goal. And look, at the end of the day, we went away from home in Europe and faced a side who wanted to win and didn't rest as many players as we did. And we got out of there only losing 3-2. We can't complain, can we? Like and say it was a woeful performance. This player was shit. What did we really expect with that lineup? We weren't going to go there and put the style on like and embarrass them like with an inexperienced side. It was never going to happen.
I think there was a bit of arrogance pretty much from some of the, not people in here, I mean, but there was a arrogance that we're like, this is going to be an easy slap up meal. I'm not so sure. But
I'd have loved the 8 wins out of 8 just for symmetry and all that bollocks, like, but we didn't really need it at the end of the day. It really didn't matter. It is true that it did not matter that we lost that game.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
finding it
say
hard to be pissed off by the fact that we don't have a 100% in the Champions League. It's like, big picture shit here. So we're top. We're top. Oh, so we don't have a 100% record. Come on, lads. We would have killed for this at the start of the season. We would have killed for this. We wouldn't be worried about losing a game against PSV. That's why I'm looking at this big picture, man.
Let me get to some of these chats as well. Bajan says he had on a PSV shirt. He was passing to them all the time. I'm not going easy on Harvey. I'm not going to go easy on Harvey. He's a wannabe Messi and dribbling through 3 players and lost the ball many times. Okay. All right. Some of these comments are funny. And the reason why I was saying that was because today was Harvey's chance to prove his worth. He will scrub minutes moving forward. Watch, Harvey was bad the last 2 games. Marquez saying McConnell had a proper midfield. Well, McConnell is a proper midfielder, had a good run today, good IQ, football IQ. Max is saying, wow, this game has got some people going quite a few different directions with the opinions. Trey Neone and Morton, for me, not for Max at least. Sorry, McConnell's the one. Okay.
Trainioni? Dude's only been here Max. Come on, man. Trainioni's only been here like a hot minute. I mean, that's far too early to be writing off Trainioni.
I'm not bringing up one of these comments. I'm not bringing up Asian Reds. I'm not bringing up the all due respect one. Anytime you say all due respect, there's probably not going to be any respect at all. Let's see. Where's
the cutoff point in the final Champions League table? I'm looking at it now. Obviously,
I'm going to bring that up in a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up for you. Give me one moment.
I'm just going to go through these 22nd, aren't they?
I'm going to go through the chat first, and then I'll show you this. I'll show you the brackets and how it folds for us. Looks like I do feel bad for Nalo. That was tough debut in the Champions League to get that.
Nobody wants to see.
Somewhat had to make it. He did have to make a challenge. You just wish there was a better challenge than the one that he made. And that was because he got wrong-footed.
Yeah. It's not cost us nothing. Do you know what I mean? His teammates have got a role to play there. You know what I mean? And they will do. They'll console him. He'll get over it. But it didn't cost us nothing. But it's shitty for the lad, isn't it? Like on his debut to get sent off. But that's football. It does happen.
Michael
I
Corleone
enjoy the way
says,
people see the game differently when we lose. This is what happens when we lose. When we lose a game, this is what you see: is people start to vent. You know, we win most of our games this season. We don't lose very often. So when we do lose, I'm not saying anybody's wrong. You know, every fucking totally. I mean, I'm wrong most of the time, probably 80% of the time, I'd say. You know, but when we do lose, this is when you see the things that people have been wanting to say, you know, but the feelings that they've been having. So when we do lose a game, when we lose what, like once in an entire Champions League campaign, once, twice in an entire league campaign up to January, when we do, that's when you get that kind of outpouring of, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm getting at?
Let's see.
Yes, okay, but yeah, okay, 99.9. Yeah, okay, fuck yeah, fair enough. All right. Yeah, more like 99.9. Yeah.
Okay. Mike Corleone was trying to say he didn't think that he thinks Harvey did fine today. He also says Slot didn't care about the results, so we shouldn't either.
I don't actually
Dara disagrees with that one from you. Let's see what else have we got to say about this game. It's just interesting. It's definitely an interesting little grab bag full of opinions and comments and different views on the game that ended up not being the result that we wanted, albeit, but definitely not a result that makes us. It doesn't hurt us. It wasn't going to hurt us either way, to be honest with you. Our fate was pretty much set as to we were going to be the number 1 or number 2 seed in this game. It's an opportunity for a lot of different players to do sometimes, or to get a little bit of to figure out if we're going to be at the top of the poll, or top of the bracket, or the bottom of the bracket as the top seed. But Trudon is holding no punches. He's also going for Endo. He thinks Endo got out-muscled too many times tonight. Okay. Okay. Max is saying did not gloze over the Harvey goal. That was all Chiesa. Yeah, Harvey did get a goal, by the way. He did. What else have we got to say? What have we got to say? What else we got to say? This is funny. Hash, big up Hash, by the way. Hash is saying he was kind of surprised McConnell was that good. Okay, that's cool. Got a little bit of pleasant surprise from McConnell's play for you. Let's see. Okay. Wow, Trudon does not hold any punches. I don't think he was that bad today. I don't think that I really don't think that I'll show you. Robbo was that bad today. I'm not going to read that one out, but
yeah, but I think that would have been dipped in hot dog water as well, you know.
Maybe so. Let's see.
Maybe there's also like the fact that, you know, there was another team on the pitch called PSV, and they did actually play pretty well in moments and scored some good goals.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's also that. Like they did, like if we were PSV fans, we'd be saying, yeah, we did real well there. We did this, we did that. You know, so it wasn't like we put together basically, like Dara said there, we put out stronger teams in the Carabao Cup. You know, like I said, I was calling the loss before the game. I saw the team was like, yeah, why wouldn't they win this? They were at home. You saw the raucous crowd, great atmosphere, all of that. They got good players, so it's not ripping. I'm not looking at that and going. It's like if you put Harvey into our best team, if you like all the people that are being criticized, yeah, criticize him, fucking totally do it, man. If you had a bad game, tell me. And if someone had a bad game, they had a bad game. But if you're putting, you have to definitely not caveat or just take into account the fact that, like you were saying earlier, this is a team, Jesus, like just drawing names from a hat and seeing who comes out. So it's a team that's pretty much cobbled together, thrown together on the fly and go, right, you can go there, you do this, you do that. So the idea that like they didn't all click, it's not like Dom, Mac, Grav, they know what they're going to do before they do it. You've got a bunch of players in there, Endo, McConnell, Elliott, trying to link up with Dans and Gakpo. It's like they don't know each other. It's not going to be fluid. It's not going to be quick. And we came up against a good team, I think, that had good players and were trying hard to beat us, and they did. You know, it's sometimes it's just as simple as that. You know, it was. You know, I'm not going to hang someone out to dry on the back of that performance. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not on the back of that one. If we play City in it and he's playing in our best 11, or we're playing an absolute shocker, whatever. But in this side, in that game, like I said, this is one I can put in the back pocket and just go. I'm not excusing it, you know, but it's just this team. You play with people you don't know. You're waiting. I know they should be able to play with each other, but yeah, I just think it's kind of. I think that this game is kind of understandable. Be my word for this game. It's just this
Mm-hmm.
loss. I mean, it's just understandable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It says Bayesian saying that he rates his game. He rates game by game on players, no agendas for him. And Lante's calling him out a little bit. Trudon has not believed that Robbo has played well all season. That sounds like something. I don't agree with that one. Chiesa was Bernie's man of the match. There's something positive. Chiesa was Bernie's LFC man of the match, still top of the league with less than our B team. It's all good. We've rested our players too. I mean, like, look at it that way too. I mean, I think my silver lining is similar to what Bernie's saying, in that the silver lining for this is that we got through this game. Hopefully, some of these players, you know, this referee was definitely allowing for a lot of very, very questionable plays to be kind of set the tone for the level that attack certain challenges were going to be allowed on the pitch. There were a couple of challenges that I thought could have gotten a card, if not, should have certainly been a foul. Most notably the one that was on Dan's. I thought that was certainly a foul, but it wasn't called. There's a couple that were given to Chiesa that were pretty ugly pretty ugly fouls. But the silver lining for me, just like I said earlier, for the as Bernie was, we're top of the league. So that means that we are, no matter what, going to have a second tier or second round of whatever draw that we have. We're going to have the home game as the second game. Also, it also means that we have some very well and possibly needed rest for some of these players, which is good to see and good to have. And that's what we kind of been all asking for, is some proper rotation with the team. And we got that today. So there's going to be a well-rested team that goes up against a Bournemouth team that is just that, rested. They're rested themselves. Bournemouth isn't in all these other competitions like us. So, you know, they're sitting there waiting for the weekend, as opposed to us. We're sitting here in the middle of the week playing a game. So it's going to be that part of the result, I think, is a proper look at it. I'm gonna bring up the let me bring up the results as how they stand. Now, keep in mind, we still will be going into a draw ourselves, in that we will be going into the number 1 and number 2 seed still get put into a draw. And what I mean by that is, it means, do you go at the top of the table, or do you go at the bottom of the table? So that's still a question because there's two. You can call them. There's two arms or two legs, however you want to look at it, of the bracket. And this is what I'll show you. I'll show that right now, actually. And big up, JK. How you doing?
I'm
Do you
good,
want
bro.
to you want to get your silver lining into this game, into the result before I before we get really deep into the deep dive into how this looks for us?
Big up,
Yeah.
JK.
Bless everyone. Everyone's cool. KJ as well. Nice to see you, bro. I'm just happy we finished top of the league.
Mhm.
That was cool. That was me the main thing at the end of the day, that we finished first place. It just looks nicer up there, if you know what I mean. So even though we lost, I'm happy that we finished top.
Okay. This is what I mean by the two legs. If you see the two arms, however you want to reference it, it's two arms of or two different sides of the brackets. We can call them east-west or maybe north-south, north bracket and the south bracket. We can call them, make it easy. The north bracket, which is this top bracket right here, and then you have the south bracket, which is this bracket down here. Now, why I call it two different brackets? Because you see, as in, we're first place along with Barcelona, but we could either we are going to be at the top here or we're going to be at the bottom on this bottom bracket over here. As of right now, if we do end up being on the top bracket, our opponent is going to be one of these four different teams. It depends on which one of us, meaning the first and second team, gets put into the top spot here. And it could either be us versus PSG, Benfica, Brest, or Monaco. Or it could be those are the four teams, actually. Those are the four teams we're going to face. So it's either PSG, Benfica, Brest, or Monaco that we'll be facing next round.
I'll take Monaco.
You take Monaco?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've been to Monaco. There's about 5 people who live there. That's how big the place. It's so small. It's so small. Yeah, I'll take Monaco. They got beat today big time, 3-0. So I'll take them.
Quite
That's what I was
surprised.
gonna say.
We only ended
Jake,
up
that's
3
holiday.
points.
Say again, Brian.
No, you were saying it's before you said I've been to Monaco. I was just saying when you said that I was thinking, oh, JK fancies a little holiday to Monaco, but you've already been there, so yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
Nice
Was
place.
that anything to do with Mercedes in any?
No, it was just like a little trip just to see what it looked like and stuff. Because all that coast there, from Italy to France, is really beautiful.
Oh, the Côte d'Azur. My God, man.
Beautiful. You got to go there once.
That is millionaire, billionaire country now, though, isn't it? All those little places.
Yeah.
That's where it was. Yeah.
So a little trip there. Is it a 2-legged affair then? The next round must be.
For
Yeah,
them
for
it
us.
is. For them it is, and for us it is as well. So it's going to be two-legged affairs. As you can see, like as in they have. So it'll be a knockout phase where they'll have a home and away. So that's why it's really good that we ended up with a top 8 finish, much less a top place finish. And why that's good is because we don't have to go through these extra games. Manchester City, Manchester City, you can see is down here against. It'll either be Manchester City or Celtic, or it'll be Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. So basically, Manchester City will have to either face off against Bayern Munich or Real Madrid next week. So their matchup is on.
Yeah. And they've got 2 extra games coming up as well. So we didn't need that.
They've got 2 extra games that they'll have to go pretty much against both of those teams. They most likely will have to bring out, the both barrels for it. You know what I mean?
You know what would have been interesting, where the playoffs is a one-off game in a neutral ground. That would have been something different. I think that would have been good.
2 games,
Man
more
City-
money. 2 games, more money.
Yeah, more money, of course. But that would just made it a little bit different and interesting.
Yeah, but then they'd complain about the neutral ground. Like the cool thing is, as soon as this playoff round is over, it just goes back to straight knockout. Like there's no more
Like it
janky
was.
rules. They haven't
Yeah,
changed
yeah.
anything after that.
Mhm.
As soon as you get to the last 16, it's just the way it used to be. Last 16, quarterfinal, semi-final. You know,
Yeah.
it's all the changes have happened in this bit,
Mhm.
but when it gets to that part, it's just straight up normal. But we've also we've guaranteed we can't face Barca because they're second for whatever reason. We can't face Real
Played
Madrid because they're in our league or in our group.
Mhm.
You know, we only take. Hey, look, like someone said earlier on. Oh, we could get PSG now. Yeah, we might. We might.
We could beat them, no problem.
But
2 games.
yeah, exactly. We could.
rather someone else than PSG.
Yeah,
But
but
for
we
me,
could get
Monaco is the
fucking-
one.
It'd
Yeah.
be a shit draw if we got PSG after finishing first.
Yeah, no, Monaco would be nice. Monaco would be tasty.
Monaco would be nice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would.
Arsenal, Benfica, even it'd be easier than PSG. But
You know what I've been getting though? If we finish second after all that campaign we did, like the other guys, we finished second after doing that. So for me, finishing first was very important. Just so everyone knows that we finished first. You know, in the first time this ever happened.
I'm
we
looking
finished
at the final Champions League table now, and I'm assuming that 24 is the cut-off point because you've got your top 8 who are through automatically, and then you've got 16 others. So
Yeah, you need 16 to leave 8 to make a final 16.
Yeah, 8 playoff games. Yeah. Okay, so Bruges are through. Yeah, they just about snuck through. Could still play them then, couldn't we?
Yeah, it goes right. Yeah, you need a last 16, so you need 32.
I can't remember the Bruges European Cup final, but my stepdad was there. He was right behind the goal. Kenny Dalglish scored the winner in the Bruges 1978 European Cup final. I can't remember that one. I was too young. It was only 5, just turned 5. I remember the next one though in 1981 because it was 8 by then. I could
We got more history than Arsenal. We got more history than Arsenal. Good breed,
Yeah. But I remember Aston Villa the year after us beating Real Madrid. That's the last time Real Madrid were beaten in a European Champions League final was us in 1981. That's how long it's been since someone's beat them in the final. We were the ones to do it 44 years ago.
Villa won. Fair play to Villa.
Roger got into 8th place, haven't they, Villa? I'm glad we wanted Villa to go through. Arsenal through. Inter, Atletico, Leverkusen, Lille. See, I looked at Lille as well when we played them. They didn't look that good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, they didn't. They didn't look
to finish 7th. Oh, there you go.
Even PSV with our strong 11, even if we had Darwin today, we would have won that game, I believe. I think we just lacked that fast guy in the middle of the park, middle of the attack, you know. We're just lacking that. I think Chiesa, for me, he had a top game today. The energy was shown as well. Fair play to him.
I feel after our efforts and the energy expended in this group phase in finishing top, that we deserve a good draw. It would be shite, I think, if we got PSG. Now, I'm not scared of PSG by any means and think we'd probably beat them if we drew them, but I would not like that as our last 16 draw. That would stink for me. That we need something easier than PSG.
That's why I'm not even saying it. Oh, if we get PSG, I don't even say it. I'm just saying I want Monaco. So stick with that.
Yeah, Monaco looks nice in pop videos like Elton John, I'm Still Standing, and
George Michael. Imagine George Michael there singing on the rocks.
Yeah. It looks a nice place though, yeah, from what I've seen. I've seen films and that like where they go there and that. Monte Carlo looks a nice place. If you've got a luxury yacht.
It's tiny, man. Tiny little place where it costs you like 15 quid for a coffee and 20 quid for a sandwich. Load of shite. Most people that live there, in inverted commas, don't actually live there. They just have property. Yeah, it's like it's the most expensive place in the world to buy an apartment.
Prince Albert and Princess Stephanie, and their dad was Prince Rainier, who married Grace Kelly, weren't he? They're like the Monaco royal family.
Tiny little place, tax-free money, full of billionaires and millionaires.
I'm not a
Even
big
if
fan
you're
of
a millionaire,
royal
you'd be
people.
stretching. Yeah.
Royalty, it's nothing to laugh at.
Royalty is man-made
To be going away.
thieves who gave themselves
Yeah.
that title, you know. For me, that's royalty.
Yeah.
Like they gave it
I love
themselves
the
that
Grand Prix
title,
though.
with royalty.
Monaco Grand Prix, it's a classic. I love it. If you love
that's
if you love
nice.
racing,
Yeah.
Monaco Grand Prix, that's a legendary thing, especially on the games. But yeah, Monaco Grand Prix, that's how I know. Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take anybody. Look, if we get him at home at Anfield, second game, I'll take anybody. Let's knock another big dog out around. Do you know what I mean? You know, if it's PSG, let it be PSG. Let's show them what it means to be European royalty, because they're never going to learn. You talking about royalty? We're European royalty. Let's show them what that means.
They're the team I never wanted to
Take
be.
him to Anfield, take him on a tour, show him all those European cups. That's royalty right there. You know, so I don't care who we get. I really don't. I think there might be some more shocks and surprises in this playoff round thing. Like well, that's them and that's them. Well, they'll get through. Well, let's hang back here a little bit. Let's see who does get through. Just because Real get like that.
Saint Etienne are a Paris club too, and they've been in as many European Cup finals as PSG have won.
Yeah.
The year before we beat them in the quarters, when we won it the first time, they faced Bayern Munich in the final and lost narrowly in '76. Very good Saint Etienne side that. But they've been in as many finals as PSG won. Don't like PSG. Obviously, they're the Man City of France, aren't they? It's no good for football, is it, mate? For everyone to have all the money. For one club to have all the money.
No,
what did you think of
I'm
dance
happy
today,
taking on
Brian?
all comers. Sorry?
What did you think of dance today?
Yeah, quite good. He was lively. He had to go, didn't he? Got quite a kick there from that fella.
Yeah, he went right after that little kick. I just felt he dropped too deep. He needed to stay more forward. I think he dropped too much.
I think when Cozy went off, we didn't have a lot of. We did. The side did suffer a bit then when Cozy went off. Like,
yeah,
and it wasn't come on for Cozy. Morton.
He did okay.
From that onwards, we didn't look as dangerous, did we? We tried. But
I reckon we played okay though. Like when you look at the bigger picture, I reckon we played okay. But I just felt that we were, say, maybe a Darwin and a Szoboszlai away from a win there. I think they were easy to beat. They weren't great. They were like unbeaten, 50-odd games at home, and I wasn't really too impressed. I know what it was at the end when they started doing like the no-look flicks and this, that, and the other, like and being a bit cheeky. I'm saying, I hope we meet these guys again on this journey, if it's possible. You know,
further on down the road, as I say, further on down the road, JK.
Yeah, we'll meet them again, hopefully. They weren't great. Look, we can win the Champions League if we really put our mind to it. I think there's a few little dangerous teams, but all in all, can win this. And Gakpo got that goal. He was pretty chilled out when he scored. He wasn't really over the top with his celebration. He was chilled. He was mad. Everyone was like, everyone wants to see that. What happens when he scores? He got the penalty. I think Chiesa played well. He was involved in both goals. So, yeah, I'm ready to give Chiesa more of a chance in the Premier League now. I think today he showed me a lot of energy. He was running non-stop, that guy. So he's getting up there to being more involved in the Premier League now.
I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I'd put money on the fact that I think City will get a really, really good draw. City will get one of the easiest draws, I think, even though they finished low. For all that, like, they'll get someone that they can easily beat, probably. It's just the law of averages with City. They do get jammy draws. I think he got like to the FA Cup final or something one year without playing a Premier League team, or the Carabao Cup final, one of the two, without playing a Premier League team.
Yeah, as well, Robert. I believe that McConnell, he played pretty well. I think some of his, like the thing with McConnell, he's actually stayed and he's been sort of chilled in the background type of guy, but we've sort of kept him. And Klopp gave him now and again, gave him a game. I think today was the best I've seen him play. I reckon.
I like him. I think he's a good little player.
Played well. Played well.
Yeah.
Decent under pressure.
Yep. And that's the main thing for me. A footballer has to be good under pressure.
Good first touch.
I think Dan's for me. Like, look, I've not been a big fan of Dan's. Everyone has always sort of gone OTT with it. Like I've never said he's going to be great and stuff. And I think today, one thing, he got hurt. I've seen that, and two, dropped too much. I think he just stayed a bit more forward. But fair play to him, he got through the game. Naoni came on, but McConnell for me was the bright spark out of it. Him and Chiesa, I reckon. Kwanzaa also. I think Kwanzaa played okay. Okay, we let 3 goals in, but he played all right. Kwanzaa. Yeah, it's true. We would have if we had Nunes.
I think Dan's is good finisher. I think that's really, we haven't seen a lot of Dan's. First time we've seen him start tonight. But just in terms of his sparse minutes and appearances, all I really know of the good stuff is his ability to finish, which shouldn't be kind of a surprise because he's a striker and he's been picked to play for Liverpool. So clearly he's probably pretty good at sticking the ball on the back of the net. But he has done it now a few times for us. But yeah, in terms of all-round play, 90 minutes starts, that's yet to be seen. Definitely how good he is, what he is. But I think one thing we know is if he does get a chance, he knows how to finish. But yeah, all the rest of it is, it remains to be. What is he, 19, 20 now, maybe? First start. So yeah, let's see where he is in 2 years. I don't expect him to be anything starting, that kind of thing. But yeah, very much work in progress. But I suppose it bodes well for the guy, if nothing else, that for Jadon Danns himself, that okay, maybe it was because Nunes was ill. He picked up a flu or picked up a bug or whatever it was. But Slot still said, okay, no, I'll start you. Like, he didn't say, oh, okay, right, well, I'll put Cody in the middle and I'll do something different, like Elliot on the right. And he just said, no, okay, cool. He's not fit, so you're my guy. He said, okay, Champions League, Liverpool, yeah, man, I'm trusting you. So there you go. So that says something. But a long road for Danns to go, but
yeah, he was feeding off scraps, Robert, like most of our number 9s do. Sometimes I think we don't play for our number 9s. Like, that's why Danns ended up like really deep most of the game. I think he weren't ever thinking, Elliot, Chiesa, anyone's going to get a ball into me, or even the fullbacks.
I agree. And this is what I'm saying about the number 9 situation. I don't get it when people say Slot wants to play with 4 sides. No, it's not that. It's the fact that he wants a 9, but he wants his 9 to do bits and bobs. And at times, will be like JK, Jota, Nunes, and Danns at certain times. I've seen certain games. No one can tell me anything else that they made the run in the penalty box, the through ball, they're waiting for the ball, and they don't get it.
Enough times.
So it's a question of if they don't play well and they're not getting the ball, that's down to Slot in the midfield to find them more. So we have to keep it 100. We can't say it's just 100%. It's a striker's issue as well. It's both. If I'm making a run 5-6 times and I'm in the penalty box, you're not feeding me the ball, then whose fault is it? It's not the striker's fault.
Yeah. And then what happens then? The striker ends up not doing them runs anymore.
Yeah.
The fullback starts bringing the ball in. I've seen Darwin in some games, bro. He's making runs. I'm like, Give him the ball.
Yeah, same. Like, as much as we can say, oh, he's played ball, I've seen it, same as well, Jake. I've seen he's made the run, the ball's not played to him. And it's all three of them, and it's a bit annoying at times.
Mm-hmm. But for me
Against
today, that game was
Brentford,
made for Darwin. That game was made for Darwin. KJ, what you
yeah,
saying, bro?
Darwin would have stretched them today, but against
big time.
Brentford, in the Brentford game where you could clearly tell that Darwin was instructed to be a box 9 instead of dropping deep and doing bits and bobs. Lo and behold, he gets the 2 goals, but it was blatantly obvious even before the 2 goals that he was playing a different style of play to how Darwin would normally play. You could tell he was instructed to be in and around the box to make sure he gets in the box to get on the end of things, and he did. I mean, he comes away with 2 goals.
And that's why, for me, a 9 is going to play that role there. Well, exactly what he did in that Brentford game. 2 goals, bang, bang. In the middle of the goal, where was he, bro? In both goals, he's right there in front of the box. In the box, in front of the goal. And that's, for me, a 9. That's what he has to do. That's his main job. And I felt today, if we had that with Darwin, it was a game where we didn't do that box thing, where we just hit the ball long over the top. Run onto that. There you go. It was sort of that type of game today.
Okay.
Is that definitely what we're seeing in the graph there? Then that one of them 4 will be our opponents: Monaco, Brest, PSG, or Benfica. Is that definite?
That's the way it goes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Either Monaco will play either PSG or Benfica. Brest will play either PSG or Benfica. Obviously, it doesn't have anything to do with that, with the country code. But then, and then also in the other round, so we will have, if we end up being on the top here with, let's just say it ends up being us on the top bracket here, then Villa will be our upper seeded opponent, possibly, if they get through their round of whoever they get from the Sporting Atalanta or Sporting Dortmund or Club Brugge versus Atalanta or Dortmund game. So they'll get Sporting will get either Atalanta or Dortmund, or Bruges will get the either or as well. Then once that game, or one of those 2 games are concluded, then what will happen is you'll see them move on to face Villa, if we're in that bracket.
Whoever comes our way, we're going to beat them.
Yeah.
That was like a gladiator saying.
Right.
No, for me, the Champions League, like, come on. Some good teams, but winnable.
Yes, absolutely. Didn't Dan's win the ball in the middle for the second goal to lay it off for Endo? I think he did, actually, Robert. He did. But that's the whole part and point, is that, like, our 9s are asked to really play deep in the formation, and they are often asked to do things such as provide some serious assistance when it comes to the press and counter press, and with defense. So
yeah, and that's why for me sometimes a 9 needs to concentrate in a part of the game where he just thinks, you know what, sod that, I'm going to just stay in the box. Like, you can't just do it all the time running back. Yeah, it's good for us as fans to see that, like Darwin running back, winning the ball, like, instead of them attacking us. I love that in a game sometimes. But for me, sometimes the 9 gets sacrificed, and people point fingers when he ain't got that goal or assist in a game. That's what people look at. People don't look at how much time. We fans look at Darwin winning the ball back. I love that. But other fans ain't seen that. They say, look at that. He ain't done it again. He ain't scored. He ain't done nothing. Where he could have won the ball back 10 times in the game for us.
Yeah.
It was a shame
absolutely.
it was a shame. I think it was sort of set up today for him to just go and smash on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was really disappointed. I was like, huh? Dan's playing? What's happened to Darwin? He's not even on the bench. So he must have been unwell, man. Shame. He was there for him.
Yeah, it was there for him today. He would have. He could have done something in this game too, I think.
Oh, 100%. It was just the opposition were just sort of set in a way where we could just exploit them enough times today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Harvey, what about Harvey Elliott? What do you guys think of his game?
Actually, JK, no, you answered that. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah,
first
let's let you answer that one first.
and I'll answer afterwards.
Well, I said yesterday he's in when 12 asked who's going to get the party side. It was going to be MC Hammer. I said it was going to be Elliott. But he got the second goal, so that was good to see. I think Elliott played pretty well. He was floating around everywhere.
Don't say that too loud. You might get some people in the chat might
disagree.
Find you try to hold you accountable on that one.
No, but he got a goal, and he I reckon he played okay. Could have been better, of course, but all in all, he got a goal. I'm happy with that. I don't do agendas when it comes to football. Like a guy could be pretty bad for 5 games, but I still support the guy when he starts the 6th game. I ain't gonna start making like always we playing, you know. And then bang, he smashes a hat trick. That's football, man. Ups and downs. But for me, Elliott, he got a goal. What else can he do? You know, come on.
Yeah. Bring this down here. Bring this on. Got a full roster here.
I wouldn't say anybody had a poor game necessarily. I wouldn't single any one player out as being a disappointment tonight. I thought they all did a good job, did what was asked of. Even Nallo, it wasn't really his fault. It just happened the way it happened.
That's a concentration.
It didn't cost us. If it would have cost us, and we went on to lose the game, and we were drawing, and that happened, and we went on to we were already losing, and we didn't concede afterwards. You know what I mean? So that'll go better for him, won't it? In his own mind, about I've been sent off. It didn't cost us in the end.
I actually laughed when that happened. Like, was the referee good? I reckon the referee.
I was annoyed at first. I thought that stayed on his feet at first because I didn't see it properly. At first, I was outraged.
Yeah, but he got his foot on the ball. I heard. That's what I heard. I couldn't really see it myself, but you know what it was? It was a bit of a cheeky tackle. He was like between the legs. I was like, brother, calm down. I think Kwanzaa was covering. I think Kwanzaa was covering. The referee was straight away bang red. Have that. But yeah, messy that was.
I think lost his head a little bit. Had a swing. He's thinking, shit, why did I do that? Nobody needs to tell me didn't need to do it. He doesn't do those things. He's thinking, why the fuck did I do that?
That'll be a stat now. Quiz. Who made his European debut and got sent off?
Oh, in what,
15
like 8
minutes?
Was it even 15 though?
I don't know. How much?
No, I don't think it was even 15. It was to me, it felt like about 8 minutes most.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Barely on the pitch.
Yeah, 60 seconds. It's one of those ones. He's just a little bit unlucky. I do feel for him.
He needs an arm around the shoulder now, man. Just don't worry about it, dude. Big night. He's coming on full of adrenaline, making his European debut. Huge club like Liverpool in Champions League. Doesn't want to make a mistake and then makes a mistake. We've all been there. Everyone's making mistakes, but it's just when you're a centre half playing in the game and you make a mistake, sometimes that means you get sent off. Whereas we make a mistake in our day job and nobody notices. But nothing but sympathy.
What's Max on about there? Don't excuses, too much letting players off. Like at the end of the day, Kwanzaa was covering him, Max. Yeah, but for me, it didn't really affect the score. We already messed that sort of up. And we let 2 goals in quick time after each other. That was bad. That was bad. Where's the concentration?
Their
Come on.
goal took a couple of touches before it went in the net, didn't it?
They're saying it's Robertson own goal.
Was it? I doubt it. I mean, I'm afraid he gave that to Robertson. I mean,
If it wasn't
it's
going
a
in
weird one.
before he touched
Yeah,
it, it will be classed as his goal.
yeah, it's going in. Yeah, it's on target. Kelleher, I felt could have done maybe a little better. The deflection wasn't mild, but look. At the end of the day, we had moments. We weren't battered. I mean, PSV. Let's get it right. PSV were okay. They weren't nothing special.
They weren't.
And they weren't. And if we stepped up a little bit more, if we played a little bit attacking wise in the first half, then we could have got something out of it. So again, I'm not worried about it. And look, and I'm just gonna say, especially to Trudon and Barnes, the whole Elliot thing. Look, we can agree to disagree. That's all it is. We can agree to disagree. We all got eyes. We all got watchers the game. I can say my opinion's better, but we can agree to disagree on Elliot, you know what I mean, truly, because end of the day, PSV, they're okay. They had little moments, but it's not like they battered us. You know what I mean? They did the thing. I thought Kwanzaa, personally, as much, yeah, he could have done better in the second goal. I mean, he got turned inside out, the equaliser, him and Robbo, fair enough. And that was but even Brian was like, you know, we were all watching it saying, you know, fair enough. And yeah, one or two bits. I thought Kwanzaa was getting his confidence a little bit more. He did make some blocks and he came out of the ball. That was the old Kwanzaa of last season. He came with the ball. He pressed in the second half. He pressed it. So
right.
he could have done better, but he wasn't trash. And the same with Elliot. Elliot, I get there's certain times the second half his ball play was floppy, and there was no. I had the needle passes what Elliot could do, but in the first half, I saw him dribble past 2-3 man and linking up with the play. He just didn't do that and then he was a bit sloppy. So, I mean, again, he was okay, but. Awful, no, I can't sit that. And again, it was a moments thing. We had moments in the game, you know what I mean? And we moved. Like I said, Dan's worked hard, just didn't get enough service. Chiesa, Brian has said it, I said it, Chiesa, this man has to start certain games from now to the end of the season.
Yeah,
he needs to start. He needs to start. And what Slot needs to do, regardless if Salah's having a good or poor game, if the game's done, put Salah on the bench, 15 minutes to go, put Chiesa on. This guy needs to start certain games. I've been consistent with it. He's been fit for a month, and I hope now, Slot, I pray to God he gets the chances because he was cooking tonight.
He was good, bro.
He was cooking tonight. And we all know this. This is not a secret. We all know this. I mean, after Euro 2021, he was well covered. We were linked with him, but obviously we didn't go to them. We've all said it. I said it at the start. I mean, it's not a secret. The guy's fit. He'll be a bargain buyer, but he's been fit. So long may to Tim McConnell again. It's a price selection for me. And we've done all right. Endo, not one of his great games, but it wasn't his worst. Could have done better. And yeah, I mean, come on was a little bit sloppy. So and look, at the end of the day, we move. Look, again, the second bit, it doesn't really matter to me in the Champions League anyway. We're gonna play who we're gonna play. You know what I mean? It's who you get, whether it's a Bayern or the Celtic, whatever. So, and that's it. We just move, and then Bournemouth and Saturday. That's the real big game. Players are well rested, well refreshed. Some of these youngsters have got some learning experience, more minutes in the belts, and they'll be better for it. Believe me, some of these guys will be better for it. That's it.
Exactly, bro. Nice lyrics. Nice words. Like, for me, how much goals has Elliot got in the last few games? He's got 2, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's doing his things. Like, for me, I got no worries about Elliot because of his support for Liverpool Football Club. That guy will run non-stop, give 100%. I'd rather have people like him than guys who are like, say, at United and Chelsea who just go to a club for the money and don't do nothing. Elliot does his part, you know? What do you want? He cost us, how much did he cost us? 5 million, 7 million? Something really
That's it, 5, innit? The tribunal will Fulham.
Sometimes fans act like we paid 150 million for him from a non-league club or something. You know what I mean? Something crazy like that. The guy was nothing. He cost us nothing. He supports Liverpool. He's going to give 100%. If you want fake players in your team, go and support United or Chelsea. You know? Simple.
Yeah.
He's a fighter. He is. I agree with you, Abdul. I agree. The man had what? maybe two. He had two really, really good performances, then had a little bit of maybe a dip in his level in the game before this, and then and in some people's minds, he had a very, very drastic dip in this game. But yeah, I don't think he should be measured by simply these last two performances in a match that had a hodgepodge of different players put into different roles in today's game, and then also in the game before this. Unfortunately, he was someone that got caught out for the goal that cost us. That's all. So, because he was big in other games for us as well. He was certainly big in other games for us.
Players have good games, players have bad games, you know. Doesn't have to always fit the narrative. That's how it works. It's football. It's sport. Good games, bad games.
I think it's kind of interesting that those same people, these same players that might have a couple good games and maybe they have a couple bad games, but all of a sudden, like, they go from, all the praise to all of a sudden, scapegoat FC.
Yeah, but the boys that have done it at the top, they would say there's a million players out there that were better than me. There's a million players out there in the academy that had more skill than me, had more this and that. It's like, but what are the best? Like, the best players are the guys who are like, yeah, they're fucking good, obviously, but they do it every week. It's the consistency. That's what makes the difference. Now, I'm not saying these guys were brilliant, but it's like the difference between this and that. That's what makes you that top 1%. So yeah, that's all you need from someone. Everybody knows what you can do. You start doing it every single week, and then people say, "Oh, he doesn't get played out. We can do it every week." I don't know. I don't know how you solve that, but Dom is starting to do it every week. Mac does it every week. Grav does it every week. Mo does it in terms of what you want. That's the level. So that's where Harvey needs to be. Mm-hmm. I think Harvey walks into half of the Premier League, at least half of it. It's just that he's at Liverpool. It's just like, right, okay. Now I've gone to a 3 Michelin-star restaurant and I'm trying to get a job. Yeah, I can get a job at the place down the road, the bistro, but this is the 3 Michelin-star place. So yeah, that's the only thing with him. I've seen a lot of videos now popping up over the last 2 weeks, which are highlighting Dominic Szoboszlai and how important he is.
Yeah,
it's because he's picked up his game a bit. He's kind of flashy now. It's like he was doing this stuff before when he wasn't scoring and he wasn't doing, but now he's adding this stuff to. It's like, Dominic Szoboszlai, Premier League's best midfielder, Liverpool's cheat code, under all this kind of shit. You know what I'm talking about. So they're all starting to pop up now because he's marrying, and this is the point. He's marrying that work rate and that ability, and he's marrying that to end product then as well. The next thing you know, that's a world class player. It's like, this is the Szoboszlai we all saw at Leipzig, and we all saw at Hungary. This is the guy. So he's starting to catch the eye. He's starting to catch the attention now because his performances, and people are saying nobody has any idea how good this guy is. They think he just scored a goal. It's like he covers more ground. He does more. He makes more tackles. He does all the attacking shit. This guy is elite. It's a hidden gem. We triggered that man 60 million. That's going to look pretty cheap, I think. If Szoboszlai keeps going in a couple of years, that 60 million for Szoboszlai is going to look pretty cheap.
Yeah, agreed. It's very interesting that there are some. I've noticed that as well. By the way, maybe they looked back at some previous episodes or previous shows that I've done that I was out there getting ridiculed because I was saying some of that earlier in the year about how I
Let's
think
not
that,
make it all about that. Let's not make it all.
okay, Brian.
Yes.
It's a 12-man show.
I know it's a 12-man show, Brian, just like you did to
Yeah,
me.
but
Say
you were
he
there.
was
Okay, okay.
I'll tell
You
myself.
want to go down that little ego trip?
I'll
You
tell
go down that
myself when
ego
I'm
trip
done.
if you
I'll
want.
tell myself when I'm done.
Oh yeah, okay. They definitely watch your show and they change your mind. Okay, we can let you go down that little ego trip if you want.
Yeah,
Cool.
come on. Have my little bit of sunshine here. Because I know that
Well,
definitely there's a lot of people out there that were very, very critical of Dominic. That's why I thought that it's very interesting how they've all of a sudden done a 180 and now are harping about how this guy is this and how this guy is that, and it's pretty interesting. It's something that some of us have noted that he's been something that not only some of us noted, but the coach has noted himself. He spoke on Dominic's play. He did say that he would like to see him score more, of course, but I mean, he was noting the fact that he is doing things that he's asking for from this play or from the player, and it's like I can't. I got on. I know I was on Kopish. I was on Kopish. I was on Bayesian Reds. I don't know if any of the Bayesian Reds crew is here right now currently, but like I was on Bayesian Reds show talking about Dominic, and yeah, man, when you're out there and you get all you hear is you're crazy or oh you don't know what you're talking about and all this other stuff. When you get proven right, and all of a sudden you hear these same people that said those things saying the exact opposite. Yeah, I'm gonna pop my collar like 3-6 Mafia. So
come on.
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do. That's what
He's
I'm gonna
starting
do.
to impose himself on games.
Like I said
What is
before,
going
man,
on?
90% of the people I know are backing down. So I don't agree with these. Like, that's what I'm saying. Most people I know that talk about, they're like, I didn't have anybody out there. I know
Okay.
these weirdos out there in different places, but I don't listen to these people. But
Yeah, I
most
get
people are
that.
like, this guy is class. Everyone knows this guy is class. It was just going to take a little bit of time.
Hey,
So if
yeah.
anybody's out there ridiculing anybody for saying this guy was going to come good, well, those are the people that should be ridiculed.
Mm-hmm.
Because they clearly didn't have any, a little bit of a bit too much space between the ears, maybe. That these are the people that need to be laughed at. These people they don't. These were half of these people were the ones that were calling him the Hungarian Gerrard when he came in the door, and 6 weeks later, they're the ones that are saying he's this and he's that. These are the people who you can't guarantee what day they're going to call it any day of the week. They change all the time. So yeah, that guy just needed a little bit of fucking patience. He should have been afforded the patience that other players got. Now I think he's come good and he's shown what people he can do. So yeah, I think off the field stuff apparently, I don't know. There was some stuff going on there, but as long as he's settled now, he's in a team but it's like you're talking about earlier on. It's not like the old school shit now. Now you need to be able to be one of the best athletes in the Premier League and also a good number 10 to play the position he plays. And we've got close to the best in the league at it right now. Statistically, everywhere else, it's this guy, I'm expecting him to explode. That's what I'm saying. I think we've only seen like 3/4 of Dominic Szoboszlai. I don't think this is even the best version of him. I think in two more years' time, he's still a young player. People forget how young he is. He hasn't reached his peak yet.
Well, I guess again, some of the very talented and very knowledgeable people that Brian is dealing with 90% of the time, albeit kudos to you. But for some of us that go into some of the other parts of the internet, or at least interact with some of these other individuals, that sometimes engage in our chat, but also for the most part engage in other chats. Yeah, it has been the case.
Brains trust.
Dom was was turned on very quickly in the very beginning. There were people that were saying that they're going to.
Oh, and I know where too. We've spoken about it before. We know where the turn started very quick.
Yeah. So it's like one of those cases where I'm just like, I just don't get. There's certain things that some people value, or some people, or some intangibles that people bring that they're not getting full credit for, I think, personally. And I try my best to try to note that I recognize it, and I would hope that maybe some people out there appreciate it, or at least get the insight or enlightenment to appreciate some of the things that maybe from a different angle or perspective. But yeah,
that's what you're trying to do here.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Mons from Bayesian Rants. Or not Bayesian Rants. Excuse me. Oh man, I'm going bad.
Rants and Bants.
Rants and Bants. I'm like mixing all different types of names up. I got the Bayesian right to my head. Yeah. Oh my goodness. The amount of disrespect that Mons puts on some of these players' names, it's just sad. It's just sad.
Yeah, but who is these people? Like, when you look at football, the game, who knows the most about football? What do you know about football? It's like everyone thinks they know everything about football. For me, when it comes to football, is like, Brian, I got big respect for your football knowledge. Like, you got top knowledge. Most, like, everyone on here, Lee, everyone, But these guys act like what they do is this. They'll say, this guy's rubbish, this guy's rubbish, and this guy's rubbish. And then what they do, they'll wait for the crowd to say, look, he scored 4 goals in the last 2 games. And they'll be sitting there on their channels maybe and thinking, okay, here comes the action now. Here's when the mans want to come and see me getting ripped apart by the public on chat, It's like, sometimes they're like, if I say this, I don't want it to happen, but if it happens, Brucey bonus. Man's going to come and look at my show, And I think a lot of these guys do that. They pick on a player, thinking, I'll use him as the guy I'm going to get most views from when I take the piss out of him 24/7. But for me, when you support Liverpool, you don't do that. You support everyone until he takes that red shirt, puts it away, and goes to sign for another club. But until that point, you support the team, These guys are not real Liverpool fans. The real Liverpool fan don't take it to that level where it becomes an agenda.
Hey, agendas sell, so that's why a lot of times, it's why our numbers are not necessarily as high as some of those other channels out there. But I believe that there is certainly, rather than have the quantity, we have the quality in the people that participate in our chat. And that's why I really do appreciate you guys joining and giving your 2 cents worth to the conversation. I definitely think that and that's me speaking humbly and wholeheartedly about that opinion. So yeah.
But you can
every once in a while, I will do my 3-6 mafia in this B. So,
yeah, but 12 man, you could see right earlier on what the vibe was, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could see what the vibe was earlier on. It was like, fuck this guy, fuck that guy, fuck this guy, fuck that guy, right?
Mm-hmm. F-word.
So,
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
But it was like, this guy was shit, that guy was crap, this guy was shit.
Yeah.
That was the kind of like, let's all go and unload. So imagine that was a big game and we needed to win it and we lost it, right? So multiply that by 100. And then let's say you have 1,000 subscribers. You're going to have, like, that whole thing is that wave of negativity is the first wave, and it's always the strongest wave. And what you see now is those people who are being super hypercritical and negative, they're not in the chat anymore, or that has dissipated, because people will come in, be super hyper negative, really like, F that guy, F this guy. But after a while of chat, people are kind of chilling out and calming down.
Yeah.
And just having, but those channels that, like, those guys, they want you to come in when you're in a hyper negative mood, and they'll have you in there and they go, yeah, that guy was terrible, he was shit. And they're like, yeah, he was. and they'll keep that negative energy going for as long as possible, because that's when, and you also, because they know, these guys won't tell you that, they know that they want other fans to come in, Man U fans, whoever it might be, and laugh at them for losing, because that ups their number. They want those people to come in, because that will create conflict in their chat and create more and more noise. They want to keep that wave of negativity running for as long as possible. All these people that pretend to be Liverpool fans, as JK says, yeah, it's that initial wave of negativity is the strongest wave. Like, we're here now, everyone's chilled out after. We had a little moan earlier on, this was shit, could have been better. But now we're talking, it's cool.
Yeah,
They don't want that.
Picking on any of the players after tonight's performance, because it was the perfect warm up for Brentford. Cody continued his goal streak. Loads of players who needed minutes got minutes. Robbo got the captaincy, played in an unusual position for a while. That'll boost him, I reckon, being the captain tonight and all that. And it's good for the Brentford game, innit? Everyone's rested, mate. Nobody who was on the pitch tonight really is going to be playing against Brentford, are they?
Bournemouth.
All right, already done them, Lee. He's still reminiscing about wins double. That's all right. We're going to play it again.
Yeah.
Dan's might wake up with a bit of a sore ankle. Sure, Dan's will probably wake up with a bit of a sore one, but we didn't get any injuries, no.
No, we all be better for it. No, 100%, bro.
Back, and he actually stays back this time. It's so frustrating with Jota when he gets injuries, isn't it? Like, because
yeah,
and we never get to see him on a really long run. Imagine how deadly he'd be if he was one of those players who just stayed fit all the time and could play a whole season. Imagine him if he played like 2 full seasons in a row. He'd be
let me see.
Nightmare, wouldn't he? Like a nightmare for forwards. But he just never stays fit. Does he to like do it to become that player that we know is in there? He's just never
Time to move on. 28 now. It's time to move on.
Sad to say, though, because I'm a massive fan. I love everything about him. He's such a crafty little forward. He enrages defenders. That's why he gets fouled a lot. They hate playing against him because he's just so smart and tricky, like, isn't he? He's the full package, like Jota, when he's on song. Yeah, defenders do hate him, and midfielders, and will land on him purposely if at all they can.
Speaking of which, did you hear what? Speaking of one of our rivals, the Arsenal Football Club. Hear what they're?
They sneak into third in the table, the Championship.
Yeah. You hear what their the cone man, fake B-Tech Pep said about us? He said, "I'm sure that Liverpool will drop points sometime soon."
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to heat up the pressure. Understandable. He's trying to put the pressure on, isn't it?
Lego and
you've got to respect. You've got to win in Girona tonight. Girona finished with 3 points in this table. They were one of 3 clubs that only got 3 points. That was Red Bull Leipzig, Girona, and Red Bull Salzburg. So to go there and win was a massive result for Arsenal.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
So good. so good.
Man City are beating Arsenal Sunday. Watch.
You know what? JK, I believe. Yeah, I think City will take points, whether it's a win or draw from Arsenal.
Yeah,
100%. I don't see Arsenal winning that. You're right.
We talked about it last night, lads. That is going to be the most shithousey, crappy, niggly little, overly tactical kind of game. That's not going to be. This is an advert for the Premier League, Arsenal, and their amazing football, and Pep Guardiola, and brilliant football. It ain't going to be anything like that. It's going to be horrible and nasty.
Haaland doesn't like Arsenal. He does not like Arsenal but he's going to be up for this game.
Well, that's not good news for you. I didn't know that. If he doesn't like it, that's not good news for you, probably.
Yeah, he doesn't like Arsenal.
What's his beef with Arsenal?
No, just certain things with the rival, and he just says they're a bit of arrogance. That's why he done your whole stay humble thing. Remember the 2-2 draw
Oh
earlier?
yes,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, he
realize
does.
that. Oh, fair play to him. He's got good
Oh,
taste.
yeah.
Doesn't like Arsenal. Okay, fair
Yeah,
play.
he doesn't like him. Yeah. This is
Well, I'm
it.
not surprised. I think Arteta's trying his shenanigans, like saying we're going to drop points. Like you'd expect them to say that. He hasn't named where he thinks we'll drop points, though. He just thinks it'll happen. It's just the
Yeah,
general.
Ferguson wanted to come out and said, X team will beat them. Yeah, this is B-Tech shit. They're reading the playbook. He said, at this point, you should come out and say they'll drop on. Ferguson would have come out and go, Bolton will beat them when they go away. Like,
I would like City
Ferguson would have
to
come
win
out and
that
said
one
they'll
at
lose.
Arsenal. I hope City can win that one. I don't care that it'll like boost City for when we play them at the Etihad in a couple of games, couple of weeks. I'm not asked about that. I still want them to win at Arsenal just to give us more breathing space if they can. If they could do that and we could beat Brentford, that'd be splendid. 9 points ahead with a game in hand. I mean, come on.
You know what I think we should do? Chat panel, if you want to come to me for Sunday, shall we do it? 1, 2, 3. City, City, City. We forgive you of your 115 charges. City, City, City. Come on, City. Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Noel Gallagher's released a new concept album about Man City and they beat the Chargers. It has 115 songs on it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Unlistenable. It's a double
You
C.
saw me standing alone.
It makes me laugh that they use a Beatles song to walk out to Man City. Couldn't you pick a song by a Manchester band? You'd have to use the Beatles, like in Manchester.
I know, what a funny song, Blue Moon, exactly.
I think of loads of boss ones they could use. There'd be boss to come out to.
Yeah, should get an Oasis one. Yeah, I mean, that should be the main anthem.
Oh, mate, that embarrassment when they were giving their fans them little flags to wave. They give them flags to wave to try and like.
Not worse than tiny flags. Nothing worse than tiny flags. There was a thing
on the pitch as well where he did something on the pitch that was weird as well. It made me laugh. He was to try and like boost the atmosphere and the spectacle. It just looked dire.
Yeah, you give an adult a tiny flag and makes them look like a child when they start waving it. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, it just didn't look spontaneous. Like,
oh yeah, they started telling their fans, "Here, wave this shit and create an atmosphere," because everyone's saying like we don't have an atmosphere. It's just like, yeah, the definition of cringe. Basically, they are the definition of cringe.
Guys, I've got a question for you, and again the chat as well. So start from you, 12, and you can work your way around. So this is my question. So if we take Salah, Grav, PVD out, let's just say the main 3 best players of the season, who would be your player of the season for us? Taking those 3 names out.
Taking Grav, Mo, and who else out of the equation?
VVD.
And VVD.
Who would be your player of the season for us?
I know what I'm saying.
I would say Kelleher has been my player of the season so far, but because I think Kelleher has come in for Ali when if he didn't play to the level that he played at, we would have been obviously not in the spot that we're in. We wouldn't have been in some of these either with the League Cup or with even with not necessarily with the FA Cup, but more with the League Cup and with the league and with certainly with the Champions League. Who knows where he would have been if he didn't have the form and didn't keep up the level that he did. That was it. So I would have said Kelleher.
Oh, fair enough. Right?
Oh, easy for me. Yeah, no Grav, no VVD, no Salah. Yeah, Gakpo. Easily. Gakpo is lighting it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Keller is a great shout, obviously, because like we've all been saying, we've done a great job in bringing through a guy that we can almost lose an alley and not miss a beat. You know, look what happened to City when Ederson fell out of form. You know, yeah, we lost Ali for 6 weeks. Boom, dropped this kid in. So massively, massively honourable mention to Kelleher. Yeah, stone cold on that one. But if you're asking me, yeah, Gakpo right now, just because of the goals and performances, and yeah,
My
definitely.
pick for us for the season would have been Gravenberch, the impact he's had in this role. But if I'm not allowed to pick him, I'd probably say McAllister, because McAllister has been good.
Yeah, Max can bring. Yeah, that's a good show as well. Actually.
Him and McAllister together. Well, him, McAllister and Szoboszlai, it's just a really good trio, isn't it? Like we've hit on a good formula here, and it's starting to like kick into gear now, isn't it? Like halfway through the season, like Szoboszlai's imposing himself on games a bit more, isn't he? In that 10 and making all these runs into the box and that, and getting shots off and coming close. You can see it coming together, like, can't you?
Oh, okay, no, fair enough.
Just need
JK?
Jota back at the top of it, in the middle of it.
Yeah. JK?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gakpo as well. I think
Okay.
he's on fire. Scored again
Brandon.
today. Nice little penalty. Came off. It was just weird. Everyone was just hugging him. Like, even when he got off to the ground, everyone wanted a photo with him, and he did it as well. So it was nice for him to score. But for me, Kelleher also top mention. I think when he came in for Alisson, wow, So them two guys.
Big part of the season, like huge part of the season, he was in goal. Oh, really? Won it, like all them wins.
I think Konate as well. I think because of Konate's sort of injuries and stuff, but Konate has been one of the most improved players as well. He's done it undercover. Me and 12 last season, at the end of it, thought, you know what, Konate, guy needs to step up big time. And I think this season he has.
He has.
But coming back from injury, them 2 or 3 games, he looked dodgy as hell.
Yeah, he did. He did. But I wouldn't go as far as what people have done to Elliot on him, And
what's the thing with Elliot? For me, Elliot, man, top.
You gotta watch. You're gonna have to watch it. Watch the episode back.
Yeah.
Some people came in hot.
Yeah. Elliot is our least of our problems.
People can't take a loss.
Yeah,
he's not
He's
a problem.
the least of our problems,
He's
man.
not a
If we want problems, get married,
Exactly.
do something.
Exactly.
Come
if
on,
you want
man.
problems, arguably he's not your man.
Yo, he's the least of our problems. If he was getting paid 400 grand a week, having affairs, doing this, doing that, making problems at the club and settling everyone in training, I'll say, you know what, fair enough. The guy's a Liverpool fan, gives 100%. He's not on big wages, cost us nothing. Next.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't look for problems when there isn't any. Don't look for problems when there isn't any. Simple as.
Well said.
They're like, wake up, people, man.
No, it's like the same thing. Oh, Robbo, look, deal with it in the summer, man. Ain't no problem right now.
That's it.
Yeah, it ain't no problem. Robbo or Simi, they're not good enough for the future. It doesn't matter. Right now is right now. We'll deal with it in the summer. It's not an issue now. Lots of things that might be changeable, whatever, but they're not issues right now. The way things are going. This is working the way it is for a reason. Yeah, it's not always going to be like this, but we are in a really good place. We don't need to start picking stuff apart to try and find potential. Oh, maybe this is man. Let this shit run the way it's running because it's working.
Yeah,
it's working for a reason. Let this guy do what he's doing. Don't interfere. Don't try and pick it apart and just go, look, let it be smooth as possible. I think he's doing an incredible job, man. With all these contract issues, all the media shit, all the trend stuff, Salah stuff, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League. He's just sailing along nice and serene, not having any time, like we're talking about earlier on, call another man, they'll lose against that. He's just like, okay, go, Liverpool, do what we do. He's really knocked it out of the park this season. He definitely has. So just don't upset the apple cart. Keep it even. I think we'll be good.
Simple as, negative energy brings bad results. It's just logic. Come on, man. I think it's like if these guys were in a boat, they'd look for an iceberg to hit. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Oh, yeah. There's one over there. Yeah.
Yeah, just head for that. Head for that. Get the cameras out. Get the cameras out. Make sure you're filming it. Get it on YouTube. Come on, man. I'm so happy we're on top of the league. Hence why I don't really give a damn what people actually say. We're top of the league, top of the champions. That's why I'm really happy that we finished there as well. No need to look for no problems. Everything's cool. The only problem we might have is if we don't buy anyone before the window closes. That's about it right now. And getting them contracts done, you know?
Definitely so. Definitely so. Well, we're at 140 on this episode of our match reaction. I don't know if we will do a match review or not tomorrow, but we will definitely speak amongst ourselves after in the backstage to figure out whether we will or won't. I know that we did have another episode planned for tomorrow, actually, and then Friday we have a we'll have a match preview show lined up for us as well. But yeah, let's get into what we need to do, which is see on the fact that we have a game coming up, see on the fact that we have plenty to talk about that game, because we're going to be facing against a team that is certainly in form and certainly worthy of our attention. And there seems to be a quick question for, we can answer that one, try to answer at least. There's a question from Max. He says, do we go full strength for Bournemouth or rest because we have Spurs in the cup also? I think that we will go full strength. I think everyone, pretty much anyone that you didn't see today, you will certainly see in that game against Bournemouth, meaning you'll see VVD, you'll see Ibu, you'll see Trent, you will certainly see Lucho, you'll see Salah, you'll see Dom, some notable names that are all probably going to be participating. Grab, obviously, Maka, a lot of names right there, a lot of starting names. That's almost a starting 11 right there for the most part. So
yeah, full strength. Full strength that game, full strength, Tottenham. And if the result's going well, 60 minutes, 65, make the subs. That's how I want to look at them two games.
Yeah. Okay. So we will allow for everyone to get their last shout for today before we log off here. Brian, is there anything you want to say or want to bring up before we do?
No, yeah, just a max full strength. I think right now, forget the noise, win the league. Forget should we do this? Forget the noise, win the league. Full strength, Bournemouth, bang, another 3 points. Yeah, that's the way. And like Tough Man saying, tomorrow's another day, so there'll be another stream. So yeah, if you don't see it, just look out for it. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. probably. Usual story.
Okay. KJ, anything you'd like to say to the people, or anything you want to bring up before we bounce out? See if he's with us. Give him a second. If not, JK, how about for you?
Me, I'm happy that the day finished the way it did. Okay, we lost the game, but we finished in first position in the first time we did this league sort of process in the Champions League. That's what it's all about for me, finishing first and then winning it at the end. So I'm looking forward to the game on Saturday, and hopefully fans keep their chill and not make problems and just like support the team, you know.
Okay. KJ, you with us yet? Maybe not. Okay. How about for you, Nalante, then?
Look, it was a nothing game. Rested all the big stars. They're all healthy, ready to go Saturday. And some of they done all right. Some of the kids done all right. Chiesa was looking sharp, and we moved. So let's just deep this right now. We're top of the league, last 16, semi-final, second leg to come up, fourth round of the FA Cup. It's gonna be interesting. We move. And my last bit, I'll just say, in the words for this Sunday is City, 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 Blue Moon. I love you, Sheik.
They shouldn't
I'm a
have got
City, City, City.
years before they abandoned it. That was the one that they came out to, and then they abandoned it for the Beatles one. Silly, they should have kept Blue Moon. But yeah, just to further what Brian said, we got to get on with winning the league now, because we've got no Champions League games for a while now. We've got one more game in the Carabao Cup, haven't we? Then it's the final. It'll be the 5th round of the FA Cup if we get through against Plymouth. So we're going to get to concentrate on the league a little bit, aren't we, in the next couple of months?
Mhm.
And hopefully, just either keep the gap we've got now or increase it. Keep the gap or increase it over the next couple of months. And get to that 20th title. God knows it's took long enough to pull level with Man United, and it'd also be really nice to pull level with AC Milan with 7 Champions Leagues, because that would make us number 2 in the all-time list. Real Madrid number 1, then Liverpool and AC number 2. At the moment, we're only 3rd, level with Bayern. So that's not good enough. That needs to improve. I'm going to be number 2 on the all-time European list, and I want to be number 1, joint number 1 with Man United, with 20 titles, and that would please me. Actually, I'd like a treble. I'd repeat with the 84 one, win the treble, win the League Cup, and then win the league and the Champions League. Repeat that 41 years later.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, one last time. I'm just making sure. Just KJ, you there? I see. Just you're typing. So I wanted to just allow for you to at least give a shout, or at least have an opportunity to give a shout. If not, it's okay. All right. Well then, people, we are going to end it here. But, and like I said before, let me see if I can put this in. It could be one of the two. We could do the remix of it, but let's bring up what I look at being, because ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar. But I get one last little trick in there and give it in, so because he better put the trophy in my Red's hand. That's what it's going to be. Hopefully that will be the case when we get to the end of this season, to the end of some of these cup tournaments, and even to the end of this Champions League tournament. That's what we are looking for, to be able to pop in our collar, for sure.
Bars from bars.
Lot of mercy.
Let have mercy.
Let have mercy.
You got bars.
There you go.
I think our fans, we deserve a glorious end to this season. But as
Exactly.
told Gene Hackman in that film, Unforgiven, deserves got nothing to do with it before he blows his head off.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
So
remember that film?
Yeah,
It's got nothing to do with it. Gene Hackman's a right bastard in that film, isn't he?
Top actor there. Top actor.
Unforgiven.
Yeah. Old school.
Yeah. So with that said, big up to each and every one of you out there. Hope you enjoyed today, despite the fact that the result wasn't exactly what we wanted to see in us getting a win, but all the same, we still remain top of the Champions League. We still have a very important game, keeping our eyes on the prize here, people, like we said, so let's do our best. Like I said earlier, let's do our best, 3-6 Mafia, and get this one in the bag. And I guess until tomorrow, which we might even have a possible special guest joining us tomorrow. We're going to see if he's available. But until then, and always, up the Reds, people, up the Reds as always. We will wish you the best and hope that we will see you tomorrow. Okay, guys, take care.